What it is, y'all, it's your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back today with another Danmachi video. Today we're going to be talking about the latest heroic trial. Well, I say the latest, we got two on us right now, one layover from part 2. Well, we're going to talk about part 3 banner between Yuri and Elmina. Now, this banner, or this heroic trial is kind of easy, and if you watch my video on the last one, while it does say to bring wind and fire, the latest light team is pretty nutty. I'm not even lying. This team is pretty bonkers. Now, per usual, like with the last time we were in this team, I haven't added any of the swap anklets or anything like that. So we're just going to use the frontline 4 units, and that's going to be more than enough. And I do mean more than enough. So, what you would normally come in here and do. So, Bet is weak to physical. Actually, I think he's neutral. Yeah, because we dropped physical 25%, and she's been dropped 25%. So, technically, they're neutral to physical. She's 20%, 25% weak to 20% weak to wind. He's 20% weak to fire. So, what are we basically doing here? Well, the light team is so nutty. Actually, any of the teams released in the past year and change are pretty bonkers. So we're just going to kind of brute force this with the same anniversary team we've been running basically for several weeks now. So out comes the Earth Lazar. I had to pause here to remind myself this isn't the light unit. The reason we're using Earth Lazar is because eventually we'll get the SA, and he's going to give everybody strength plus 120%. It's a no-brainer. So we're going to keep him on the front line. Then we're going to come in with everybody else. We have the light Lazar. We're just going to do an attack buff with him. We've got actually LaFolia, who's not. She was here as a sack unit, basically to drop light resistance. So we're going to go ahead and just buff her up on this turn, and then drop light resistance on the second turn. And then with Fianna, we're going to go do her skill 3, which gives us SAH charge, gives us some buffing. It does just about everything you can imagine. All right. So, that be that. Let's go ahead and focus on Elmina, because I believe Elmina actually can... I think she can actually charm? I think so. I don't recollect. I haven't brought any charm anklets, so if she does, that's going to kind of suck. But we're going to wipe these units out so quickly, hopefully it won't be a problem. So I'm going to focus on her. And we're basically going to go ahead and do our single target with Earth Lazar. We're going to go ahead and do the big debuff and defensive buff skill here with Lazar, the light Lazar. And then with LaFolia, we're going to go ahead and... Oh, wait. Oh, LaFolia is charmed, it actually looks like. Is she? Yeah, she is charmed, so she's not going to be doing anything this turn. So yes, Elmina will charm is the correct answer. So Fianna then is going to come out with her big single target attack. Remember, she gets 100% per SA gauge charge buff, and we should have a good SA gauge charge buff on both the Adventure and the Assist side, so that should hit pretty respectably hard. All right, so turn 3. LaFolia is basically broken out of her charm spell. We're going to go and do her skill 2 here, which we missed on the last turn. Then everybody else is going to come in and just basically do their big hits. Now let's see. Bet is not buffed up. Is Elmina buffed up? No. So the thing is, we cannot really use Earth Lazar's skill 3, so we're going to use the skill 2. Everybody else, we're going to do the big single target attack, except for LaFolia, who's basically got to kind of buff herself, so to speak. All right. So I could run some charge resistance, but as I said, I don't think it's going to really be necessary. On this turn, I'm going to do an SA. Turn 4, I'm doing SA with the Earth Lazar, because once again, he's going to give everybody on the team 120% strength. Really easy, kind of a no-brainer. Everybody else, once again, doing their single target. And Bet's almost gone. I really want to get rid of Elmina, but it is what it is. Boom. Hit her for almost 1 million. And then we come in. Just realize that Fiona with her skill 3 hit for everything that Lazar hit for with his SA. That is bonkers. She's so good. And she doesn't even have her best light attack damage buff. She's so good. Alright, so on turn 5, basically what I did is I just came in and did a bunch of gimme single targets. It won't really matter. There's so little health left. We ruined it. So yes, the light team, the anniversary light team, is basically going to be that team like the anniversary water team from last year that I'm going to be talking about for the next 12 months. But it is so good. It wrecks this event entirely. So just stick with the same team we built for the last heroic trial. Now, per usual, you can come in here, you can do your skip tickets, all that good stuff, or do like me. I'm just going to fight this out and I'm saving my skip tickets for the current tails, because in the current tails, you can farm the CP items for these new units. Now, exchange. This is where we're going to have an interesting discussion. I see the new Gareth used a lot in Wargame. Elmina's fantastic. But if I'm honest here, I really need to max Alf, and Alf is really, really, really good. So let's talk about what each unit does. I'm going to go down here, and nope, I'm actually going to go in here. We'll do this the old-fashioned way. Okay, so we'll go ahead and grab Alf, and Elmina, and I said Gareth, Galamus, keep forgetting, are going to be up here, so let's snag them. Alright, so I don't have him maxed. Let's get him up to, let's see if we can grab him, get him up to level 60 real quick. I do have 2 bonds in him, so we'll just see what he does at level 60. Let's just do this real fast. Boom. Naughty me, I have not upgraded him. I know a lot of people use him, but since he's mostly Wargame, the honest answer is simply not having him max limit broken kind of ruled him out of being used on my Wargame team, so here we are. Alright. So there we go. Take him up to level 60, and let's take a look at what he does. Okay? So, go away. Status. There you go. So his SA is an Ultra Earth physical attack with temporary great strength boost, ultra penetration rate, removes status buffs and allies physical resistance and earth attack damage counter. Removes status buffs. So basically removes all the status buffs on your opponent's allies, physical resist, earth attack damage, counter rate, and status ailment plus 70%. It's good, not great. His SA is respectable, but in Wargame it can be killer. So that's one really nice thing. His single target is a super earth physical attack with temporary great strength boost. It is what it is. You're not impressing anyone with that one. Foes plural super earth physical attack with temporary strength boost and ultra and guard rate. And status buff minus 2 turns, self 70% HP heal and strength plus 70%. So he's a really good unit all the way around. And his first skill is a fast damage received all and single target down 40%. That is like one of the best skills that he has right there. That defensive buff is really phenomenal. Self, physical resist, and earth attack damage, and guard rate, and counter rate all up 70%. So he's a really stellar, really solid unit. Okay? Elmina, who I actually do have some stuff in. Her SA is Ultra Unguard Rate. Is Ultra Earth Physical Attack with temporary great strength boost, Ultra Unguard Rate, and physical resist down 60%. Self, only self, strength plus 120% for 3 turns. So if you have the Earth Lazar, her SA is kind of not really all that useful there. But if you don't, or using her on a solo or something like that, she's great. She has a single target attack as her first attack. Is a super earth physical attack with 80% attack damage per your self-strength buff skill. So that's going to be really easy to get up to a 160% damage. And if you're using her in Wargame, which she's mostly a Wargame unit, that does mean if you get taunted or something, that unit that taunts you is going to hate life. Completely. Skill 2 is a super Earth physical attack with alter and counter rate. Earth resist down 40%, Earth attack damage plus 4% for herself, Rue's agility debuffs, and 3 actions. So good skill, gives herself 100% Earth attack damage, so a very solid unit all the way around. She'll run solo basically on a team that doesn't really support her. Her skill 3 is a fast, guard rate, counter rate, down 40%, damage received, attack type, all targets, plus 40%, which is a really, really, really good power creep on that skill. I believe 35% was what we had before that. So all around a really good unit for AoE. At worst, she's a really good sack. But for my money, I think I'm going to put it into Alf. Ally's agility and critical rate plus 10%. I believe that becomes 15% at max limit break. Self, strength, strength and agility 15%, which should become 20% when at max limit break. 3 instant effects. Here's the best part. When attacked, strength and magic down 30%, which I believe, unless I'm mistaken, becomes 35, maybe upwards of 40%. I don't remember the exact percentage at max limit break. Removes physical resistance buffs on a foe twice per turn. So he can do that basically twice when attacked. Alf is really, really, really good in Wargame. And my honest top pick when it comes to the actual unit that you're going to pull out of Heroic Trials. Not only that is, remember, when you actually go in here and if you try to spend gnome tickets on it, I talked about in the last video, but it's 1,500 gnome tickets for an assist versus 1,000 for an adventurer. So I think Alf is clear and away the choice here in this one, if you have enough bonds to maximum break him or eventually maximum break him. Eventually maximum break him with gnome tickets or whatever. But there you guys go. Like, comment, share all the good stuff, and I will catch you all on the next one.